First, if you want to get good at Diamond SMP, which some people would like to do, first you have to know the basics. So here's a PvP guide that I set up for you. We'll be going over damage, shielding, and not the least, tactics. But before we start, I would like to give a huge shout out to Shadow PvP. Some of these clips will come from me playing on their server. And also, if you guys could please like and subscribe. Each year so far, I've made it over 100 subscribers, which this year I'm trying to hit 300, but low-key I haven't been able to do any recordings, so this year I'm aiming for 250. So if you guys would be so kind to help me make my goal, I would really appreciate it. Now, let's go back to the guide. So first, we'll be talking about damage. But first, if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, you'd have to learn your clicking style. If you're on iPad or phone, try to get some similarities out of these. But if you're on console, you will have some more similarities with the keyboard and mouse players, since you guys have a trigger, or technically a mouse trigger. So as you see, when I'm creating this guy, more particles show because I double click. When you double click, you do more damage to the player and more damage to the armor. As you see, when I cobble up this guy, more particles start to show because I'm double clicking. As you double click, you're doing more damage to the armor and the player again. As you see, I quick drop them. So far, I've only showed you one clicking style. Here's another clicking style and another demonstration. When me and my teammate are taking a 2v1 right here, but at this moment right here, I'm butterfly clicking. You may be confused saying, but isn't butterfly clicking used for high CPS? Well, technically you would be right, but there are different methods for butterfly clicking though. Here, let me show you a hand cam. When I'm butterfly clicking, I don't fully spam. I just want to get 2 CPS so I can do more damage and more damage to the armor. So when you're doing Blurry Java PvP, you usually always want to click 2 CPS, which giving the most benefit when you're PvPing. When you're doing aggressive playstyle, you always want to click 2 CPS to do most efficient damage to the player and the armor. So now, let's get to another part of the damage, playstyle. As you see in this scenario, I'm taking a 2v1. When I go for a combo right here, I'm using 1 CPS. But when he gets inside the cobweb, I start to butterfly click, which leads him to drop right here. So overall, not gonna lie, we're just gonna skip the sword and the axe part, because I already know you guys know that axe does more damage than the sword in Java PvP. Now, let's get back to the build board. Now, since we just covered damage, we have to talk about shielding. When using the most important thing in Diamond SMP, you don't want to keep spamming it. And also, you don't want to use it when you're out of range with your opponent. As you see, my opponent uses his shield really well, and I use my shield really well. But when he knocks me back right here, I use my shield, which slows my momentum down and gets him a free recovery, which awards me less hits. If I didn't use my shield right there, I would have had more hits and may have possibly ended the fight early. Another scenario where you use your shield is when you're also fighting and your opponent cobs you up. As soon as he cobs you up, you want to use your shield, or when he's about to attack you, so you don't lose a point in Diamond SMP. And what I mean by points, think of Diamond SMP like a point system, where if you get more hits, you gain more points, but if you lose more hits, you lose more points. Think of it as the game of boxing. Usually when you're playing boxing, you usually want to combo your players, but in case for Diamond SMP, you want to web your players up and get more hits on their armor, so you can weaken their durability and do more damage. And other ways to use your shield is by making sure that your opponent is actually holding a sword instead of an axe. Because if your opponent is holding an axe while you're shielding, he can easily stun your shield and start an easy combo. Now let's get to a different part of shielding. Disabling shields. There are 3 ways to disable a shield: spam clicking, axe maining, and attribute swapping. Attribute swapping is the most important key to disable shields. It's more flashy, and it can also catch your opponents off guard. It helps you trick your opponents to disable their shield when they least expect it. Usually in fights, you will see people try to attribute swap, or sometimes axe main, which the name literally describes itself, literally meaning the axe mainly. Usually, if you see someone using the axe trying to disable your shield, you usually want to back up, or either you want to start strafing, but most people will just sit there and just take the hit. Now, we'll be talking about the last thing, tactics. And what I mean by tactics is by your settings, the way that you think inside the game, your game IQ, a way that you place your cobwebs, and also how you improve as a player. So first, we're going to talk about settings. But don't forget to subscribe as we're going to the settings. As you see, you can go to accessibility on the top left. When you scroll down, you'll see a thing called closed captions. Most people use that to see if any players are nearby or if your player is gapping. Usually you can place on the top right or the top left. As you see camera shake, you want to turn it off. But since this is my account where I get my clips, I'm going to keep it on. And if you see block dithering and player dithering, you need to turn it off. As you see this video from one of my friends, when Memo gets closer, he's not able to see him. He disappears. So if you're in close combat range, you need to be able to see your player. For darkness strength, you can turn it all the way down if you play some SMPs. For glint strength, you want to put it all the way up if you also play SMPs. Most of this is basically for SMPs if you play. Then now the GUI scale modifier. You can turn it all the way down if you feel like you're advanced, but if you have some major health issues with health management, you need to turn it all the way up. Now let's get to the video settings. If you want your game to look like it's on Java, you need to put it to fancy. Now, for FOV, you can either turn it down to 75 or crank it up to Quake Pro, as Java players say it. But since this is my recording account, I'll turn it all the way down for 30 so I can actually get good clips for my shots. And make sure you please turn on player names, unless you're recording a video. Now, my favorite thing, view bobbing and damage tilt. You need to turn off view bobbing and need to turn damage tilt to 5 or 10 or all the way to down to 0. Now for camera shake, you need to also turn it off. Now for outlet section, it really doesn't matter. Now since we're done talking about settings, we can finally talk about cobweb placement. Cobwebs are usually used for slowing down your enemy, for defensive, or for attack. For the offensive, you can head cob them, put them in cobwebs, and get them for free hits. So basically, cobwebs are usually just used for free points. You can review other YouTube videos to show how you should place a cobweb, but in my next YouTube video, I'll explain. Because this YouTube video is low-key taking forever. I did not expect it to be this long. So let's hurry up and talk about how you can improve as a player. If you're playing on an iPad, phone, or PC, you can download mods for training. But if you're playing on a console, you'll need another device if you want to practice by yourself. But if you want to play with other players and actually train, Shadow PvP and other PvP realms will actually help with that. So I'd suggest looking on TikTok. If you don't have TikTok, I'll post the link in the description for Shadow PvP. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys improve. Please remember to like and subscribe, because I'm trying to hit 250 subscribers since every year I hit 100 subscribers. But this year it doesn't seem like it because I wasn't able to record videos. So please guys subscribe and see you guys in the next video.